It's World Skills Ireland 2022 here in the RDS in Dublin, and a hive of activity, I can tell you, here at the RDS. So many stands, so many educators, so many career opportunities, so much to see, so much to do, and plenty of people to talk to as well, which is great for me here in the TV studio. I'm delighted to be joined by the CEO of SOLAS, and that is Andrew Brownlee. Andrew, lovely to meet you for the first time ever.
Good afternoon, Brian.
2019 was the start for you. You became CEO of SOLAS.
Yeah.
So what a time to start any new career path, and what an organisation SOLAS is. It was, I can imagine, a challenge initially because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean, what a roller coaster ride. I mean, I suppose for people who don't know, SOLAS is responsible for further education and training across Ireland. We fund the education and training boards to provide it at regional level. We're also the kind of statutory authority for apprenticeships, so we take key decisions around new apprenticeships and employer registers and apprentice registers, and we coordinate craft apprenticeship provision. So really what we're all about is skills and skills development, which is why it's so great to be here today and see the showcase of everything that apprenticeship, everything that further education and training has to offer. But it has been a roller coaster ride. As you say, we haven't been able to do something like this for 3 years. And I think it's really important to understand that COVID probably had more of an effect on the type of technical, the type of vocational skills that we're trying to get developed than maybe your more kind of classroom-based kind of higher education did. So look, we've had to deal with, training centres, colleges, facilities being closed as a result of COVID, restrictions on numbers, but we're coming out of it now, and it's such an exciting time. I think people are starting to realise that in this time of kind of uncertainty, there are so many opportunities out there, beyond the kind of traditional kind of university route.
When we think of further education, I mean, traditionally you were looking at, what college is my child going to, or what's the course? I mean, we weren't spoilt for choice 10 or 15, maybe 20 years ago to where we are now. I mean, under the remit of SOLAS and kind of further education, we're looking at potentially 25,000 courses available to people. There are so many options.
So many options, and a lot of those options have always been there. I mean, we've obviously seen big developments in apprenticeship, certainly in further education and training. They've always been those options there, but I think they've been hidden, to be honest, Brian. And I think one of the big milestone developments we've seen over the last couple of years is when the CAO was launched in November last year. For the first time ever, it had an options page, and that meant that alongside your kind of university choices, you could click on further education and training, apply for more than 600 courses within a few clicks. You could explore the 65 apprenticeship options, through a dedicated website as well. There's a helpline there. So people actually started to think, well, there's an equally valid pathway or pathways here to consider alongside higher education. Whereas before, you'd have done your CEO, no one would have talked about apprenticeship, no one would have talked about further education until that was well past, until people had kind of made the decision in their own minds. Whereas now we're saying, well, here are all your choices. Think about this carefully and pick what you're really interested in and passionate about.
That's what I like about World Skills Ireland. This event especially, because even walking around here earlier on today and seeing thousands of young people, school-going children, or young adults or teenagers looking out and just seeing it for the first time and saying, this is all available to me, right on my doorstep, because you have so many education and training boards dotted all around the island of Ireland. So it's very accessible, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think the beauty of this thing is it brings everything into one place, and you see so many brilliant skills being showcased, from hospitality to manufacturing to green skills and technology to pharma, but it's all in one place, so people can come here, they can try out all the really cool kind of tools and equipment that everyone's brought into the room. They can watch the apprentices and the trainees actually, compete against each other as part of the World Skills competition, and to see all that live and in the flesh and in action and really understand what skills are, what is a tool maker, or understand those types of kind of things up close and first hand. I think it's so inspirational for everyone, and hopefully it'll persuade some of the many thousands are coming in from schools over the next 3 days to kind of think about their choice and make the smart choice.
And I'll finish with this. I suppose skills that we develop through these courses can bring us not only into industry in Ireland and workplace in Ireland, but you can travel the entire world with these skills. The options are open to you. But in terms of an international standard, how good is Ireland in terms of further education and how we go about our business?
Yeah, well, look, I think the clue is in the name of the event, World Skills Ireland. All of the skills here today are the types of skills that will be recognised in pretty much every country in the world. You talk about the craft apprenticeship system here. If you qualify as an apprentice in plumbing and as an electrician, you pretty much have the possibility of working anywhere in the world. You can start your own business. You can get quite significant financial rewards quite early in your life. So look, it's a smart choice. It's an international choice, and it's something that everyone should think about, I think.
And just to finish up on that, where would you like to see SOLAS go and expand over the next few years? I suppose, what's the master plan for you? If there's one thing that you really want to achieve over the next few years, what are you driving towards?
I think realistically at the moment, about 2/3 of school leavers go directly into university, and that's fine, and we have a very well respected higher education system in Ireland, and we don't want to do anything to undermine that. But I think we need to persuade a bigger group of young people to pursue apprenticeship options or pursue further education courses that will take them into, the types of kind of occupations and careers and industries that are going to be so important to Ireland's future economy and future society. And that's the key to me, to try and help people understand and give them the information they need to make smart choices. So further education and training makes a bigger contribution, makes a bigger impact. And it's not an either-or scenario as well, because I think it's really important we talk about pathways. And you can start in further education, you can do an apprenticeship, and you can still go into a level 8 or a level 9, a level 10, a degree or a PhD any time in your life, but this is the perfect place to start.
Andrew, lovely to meet you. Thanks for talking to us today.
Okay. Thanks, Brian.